Good morning, everybody. Just to let you know, Yogi saved the day. She said, "Oh my gosh, Kat, you have it set for the 10th." So I'm still not ready. I still have to get something. I'm going to play some musica. If you cannot hear me, I'm going to type this. If you can't hear me, please speak up. So let's start with music, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Love you guys. See you soon. Hey guys, let me see. I'm still getting ready here. I found a really dusty deck. Let me remove this Oh my gosh, I didn't actually even prep the table. So disorganized. That's what happens when people call you and they want to talk to you to the last minute, not realizing you still need to prep your table to do your live. So, no, just kidding. A friend of mine has a COVID, so I just wanted to make sure that I tell him about my knowledge, my limited knowledge of what helps, which is increased levels of C and D vitamin. It's an advice from my MD friend. So, how is everybody? I hope everybody is well. So this is like what I have for us today. Hopefully you like it. And let me see where you are. Who is here? And I said, oh my God, like look at this. We have the crowd here. So let's see. If at any point my microphone goes kaput, please let me know. Start screaming. Hello, Chris. Who was first? Knitting Yogi was first. Good morning, Kelsey. Hello, Lynn is here. Bonjour, bonjour, mon ami. Ça va bien? My French is getting better. I have to say I'm testing B1, B2, which is intermediate, which is good. I mean, of course, I still have to fill in lots of words, but I'm finally seeing the light at the tunnel. Hey, Lorna. Hey, Barbie. Hey, creative girl. Oh my gosh, Kylie. Hello, Kylie. Kylie was not feeling well. Let's send her healing vibes, and let's hope she feels better soon. This whole freaking transition with Aries moon, it's not easy, right? Like there is like the aggression. You might feel aggressive yourself. You might be on the receiving end. That kind of stuff, right, is happening. So okay, so I also need to clean my little notebook where I write in the timestamps. So that's not done. Ooh, has been long 2 weeks, wasn't it? I'm actually really disappointed. They announced a really beautiful weather and really warm weather for today. So kind of is not warm, it's warmish, 12 degrees, nothing to really write home about. But it is not sunny, so who cares about this 12 degrees kind of a thing? You get what I mean, right? So, okay, let's see. I have this ready. I have this ready. And let me turn this phone off in case somebody wants to. I have been placed on somebody's list. We have lots of these harassing phone calls from, well, not harassing, fraudulent rather to say, from India. They tell you you're going to be arrested if you don't pay your taxes right away, and then basically they tell you that you need to send them bitcoins and stuff like that. So I honestly don't know on whom that really works, because they're really not getting anywhere with that. Let me just make sure this is cleaned a little bit. So light and clear, light and clear. Oh my gosh, look at this Kylie. She's like amazing. Like I just honestly, like it's so many sick people around. I don't know if this is like this COVID being spread everywhere, because all of a sudden, like I have friends who are telling me I'm sick. So it could be just bugs, because we also didn't get flus while we wore masks. I don't know how it is, guys, where you are, but here kind of like we are not wearing masks anymore, which I love that, but I also am very cautious whenever I go to the public place and put my mask on, just kind of like to prevent it. And sure enough, you hear that even my friends who wore masks got sick. One has COVID, one suspected COVID, but it turned out to be just sniffles, and the third one was just like she was sick like a dog. And this morning I spoke to this COVID friend. So let's see what it is. Fraud callers did that in Oz, really? Oh my gosh, they're doing the rounds there, and I love to talk to them, absolutely. When they tell me, oh, there's like, that's a scam, there's a duck cleaning scam, there is like, it looks like I'm on everybody's list. So they call, but I guess they have a note, and the note says whatever, because they disconnect, but they still bother you, like, and sometimes it's like early in the morning, so I'm disconnecting my phone at night. So what is it? Duck cleaning, And that's lovely. And then, oh yeah, the latest one was, you have been paying so well on your credit cards. We are going to give you such a much better deal, kind of a thing, right? And I said, oh, that's great, right? Knowing that's fraud. I said, like, well, which bank are you with? Oh, we are like with TD Bank. I haven't been with TD Bank, I don't know, 20 years. But thank you for calling, kind of a thing. I feel so sad. I feel really so sad that these people have to do that. I mean, what kind of like life conditions you have to be in that you're willing to bring that catastrophe on the other people? And apparently it's a slight percentage of people that go for it, but nonetheless they are. This is effective. It is working. It's overall very, very sad kind of a thing. So everyone is getting that here in the US, really? Scam for your roof? Oh, that's what you guys have. Oh, so it's going to be probably the end of telephony, don't you think? Like, I mean, nobody's going to be picking up their calls anymore. And I have to pick up my calls because of my dad. They're using local numbers. I've seen it in the local paper. They arrested a guy who was a mule locally for those calls, but there are like so many of them. And unless look, you really cannot do much about it because it appears they're calling you from the area. So that's where my freak out goes. I'm picking up thinking something happened to dad and I have to pick it up. But at this stage he may die and I'm like, pardon my language, F it, right? Just like, it's another duct cleaner that is really calling me, so that's what it is. Well, you have a reporting agency to report scam callers. We do, but I cannot report it because they're calling with those, what they call it, phishing numbers. So the number actually belongs to somebody who is completely clueless. Even my number has been once called and I got angry messages. Talking about messages, is anybody, guys, checking your voicemail? Don't you hate doing that? I just decreased my plan from 10 messages to 3 because I don't ever check them. It's kind of like what it is. So yeah, they let it go over to your service, but then they plug my service over there. So today we have a fun day. Today is like not Bianca being like, oh, so focused on everything. Today we are actually checking the messages for every sign. We are playing this game, guys. Like, you are guessing the next sign. Who's going to guess who is the next sign? Everybody knows what is the next sign, isn't it? That's for sure. So we know the first sign each month, but after that we will wonder what it is. So yeah, this boosted your number to Creative Guru. You're lucky as me. People call me to tell you that's exactly like what happened to me. One guy was so mad. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. Do you know what is phishing? And phishing is spelled PH, not F, right? So, oh God. So they have to figure out what to do with these people, and that's, I think, yeah, this continues because it will continue if it works, and it is working. So it's going to be for the outcoming. I remember once I actually yelled at the agent because for a while it was, you're going to be arrested, and they don't even know that we don't have a social, what do you guys have, social service number, I think, in the US, and here we have social insurance number, SIN number, right? So it's SIN number that we have assigned to each person. And I'm surprised that we don't have the phone and everything in the same number. I guess that's possibly for privacy. Possibly, for sure, it's for privacy. But then you'll be arrested. And then I remember that CRA agent called me. I was late on some taxes. And I said, oh, you're a CRA agent. Sure you are. Sure you are. And I just like hung up. And then I got an email from them and I said, oh, this is now getting into the email territory. And then I get mail and I was like, oops, whoopsie. And then they stopped calling because they realized that nobody is taking them seriously. That's kind of like where it is. That's where it is. Is it phishing with PHISHING, I think? I don't know. It's the modern technology kind of a thing. So, it's just like, it's so much fun, and the more you talk to them, the more they will use you and spoof you, especially if you piss them off. They're going to use your number. So that's the problem. The best really advice is not to talk to them, not to pick up the call, and that's what I have learned. So, welcome and welcome and welcome today. So let's go ahead. This is going to be 3 cards, really quick messages, but as you know, those of you who are here on live, like all the messages are targeted to you as well. So you need to kind of like really focus. You need to take a few breaths, allow your antennas to be cleaned, to go out and to continue. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you what happened before I go there. I bought a vacuum cleaner on Amazon. I really wanted to buy Dyson, but it was like $1,200. Ouch. You know, the one portable ones, because I have a cleaning lady that comes every like 4 to 6 weeks, and she has this Dyson. It's amazing. But how much I clean, I just couldn't justify paying $1,000 for it, given that I also have to pay for a laptop. So I found something for $200, and then it had a coupon, so it was $150 in the end. And it arrived. It was like so good. She was like even saying, "Oh my God, this is almost the same, if not better, than my Dyson." And given that she's the one usually cleaning my place, and I just vacuum kind of like every other day. After a couple of months, it's just like started to create some really weird noises, and it kind of like cut itself out. So I contacted the company and I said what's going on. Then they sent me some troubleshooting, and none of that really worked. And kind of like they refunded me the money. So today I was telling this friend who has a COVID about it, how, you know, like because he wanted to buy it, and I told him it kind of died. He said, you know, did you check your filter, try to remove the filter, try to clean the filter, and like that big tubing, just clean it and blow everything out. So I did that, and it works again. So I got a free vacuum cleaner after all, and I feel really bad because this was like operator issue, not a vacuum issue. So Kirby's are good. This one, oh, I don't even know if it was anything special. I can, if anybody's interested, I can show you the link. It's actually, I'm really happy with this one, and also looks nice. It doesn't look cheap or anything like that. So that's it. But let's go to what we are doing. The first sign, of course, happy birthday to Aries. Happy birthday to Aries. I have a Hoover, so which is a really good brand, but it's not cordless, and it's really powerful, especially dog hair. Is the dog hair, guys, in your place? Do you have a dog and cat hair? It's freaking everywhere. There are clumps of hair everywhere, behind every door. It's really hilarious. Like Tiger is going just throwing the hair anywhere. This morning he intimidated a kitty cat that decided to enter our backyard, and the kitty cat climbed the tree, and he was just barking like crazy at the poor thing. So I had to go and rescue the kitty cat. I guess the kitty is not going to be coming here anytime soon, so that's what it is. So this is going to be the next one, because the first one is Aries. And let's put the stamp here for you, Aries people. Let's put a little icon for you, Aries people, so that we can start. And here we are. You guys can keep guessing which one is next, and you know, like, I mean, if you guess, then you get your own 1-card reading, and we go with that. So there we go. Barbie, we are still waiting for you to download a freaking WhatsApp. You know that? Could have used vice versa too. I don't know why. It just crossed my mind right now, but I didn't use Telema in a really long time, and I just got tired of rather wait. And I heard like something going on here, so just wanted, because I use the kitty cards for the main readings, and now we only have it twice a month, so kind of like want to make sure that we kind of like spice it up a little bit, right? Fishing, listen, look at you, like, I mean, I'm like a teacher. You have to micromanaging. I just, like, in case somebody checks it. So maybe I need to put a new stamp here for Aries in case somebody else comes later and says, oh my gosh, you're just talking still. So let's see. Aries, you have the Magician reversed, you have the Star, and you have Temperance. Guys, you have three majors, and this is really telling me that like there's like something about time ahead. This is air and fire, which is really up your alley. It almost sounds like to me, if I have to give you a visual, that the car does not want to start, and the cart is not starting because you are very determined to go, I don't know, to the wrong place. Did you guys watch the ultimatum? Oh my gosh, it's so binge worthy kind of a thing. And if you did, like, it's really kind of like reminds me of one guy from the show. I think his name is Colby. Um, Kind of like they had like really strong Aries personality. Sort of like you have a goal, you want to head toward that goal, but it's almost like destiny. It's preventing you, because to me, always, 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 toujours, 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 the cards, the star and temperance are intricately connected. Look, in both cases, we have these beautiful women with jugs, right? Like, I mean, they're like doing different things. This is like, I mean, a nourishment, versus this is like kind of like creating something completely new. So it's creativity versus, if you wish, help, if you wish, freedom, if you wish, looking up, right? And that's exactly what she's doing. She's materializing something. It's really interesting because the magician is governed by Mercury. So this is almost like akin to Mercury retrograde. So you guys are going to have, the messages are that you will have some kind of breakdown. It could be a car, it could be a computer, it could be communication, it could be that you forgot to send something. And this is done purposely because you are supposed to go in a different direction. There's like, did you guys neglected yourself of some kind of like sort? It almost looks like that there's like something happening over here, right? You guys really need to give yourself, because the magician is lacking something. There's like key, almost like feels like it's forgotten, that you really need to do it. Of talking about keys, I have dreams and dreams and dreams and dreams about keys. It's almost like getting to the point that I'm thinking like there is a message that is coming through. There are some kind of doors, there are like some kind of gateways. Something really, really needs to happen. So the star and the temperance is just as good as it gets, right? It is really also talking about some kind of like selflessness that you need to get in a situation, because Aries is ruled by Mars and it has this like quality of being pushed through and kind of like being very headstrong and that kind of like sort of things. But it's almost like teaching you to stay away and to kind of like maybe gravitate a little bit more toward grace. And it's almost like there's like a level of suspension, if you wish. So if you really look what this all adds to, it adds to 13, which is death, which is talking about rebirth, which is talking about starting over. There's like something happening in your life that is asking for a different approach, a different attitude. So this is very, very, very important, right? As Tiger. Leaning Yogi had a dream that Tiger was a captain of the spaceship, which was really, really cute. So, my dear Aries, I would say if something is not going, kind of like respect that and try a different path, because the path is closed for a reason, and that can be manifesting in impasse, as I said, in something breaking down, technology, somebody's trying to push something down your throat kind of a thing, and you don't feel like it. Walk away. It's not the right time. It's almost like I had a similar situation for almost like now 3 months. I need to buy a laptop. HP didn't recognize their warranty, so I said, oh, F you, HP, never again. So now I'm shopping for a Lenovo and I want to get this Yoga. So I bought this Yoga. It arrived here. I first bought Asus and I didn't like it because it didn't have a touch screen. Beautiful laptop though, but it didn't have a touch screen, so no, must go back. But then I got Lenovo Yoga, which is really nice. I love this kind of type of computers. It can be tablets as well. And that was a problem. All of a sudden, like, the warranty is not there. So they sent me some used one or something. So now I have to return it, buy new. So you need to listen when somebody tells you, like, be careful, kind of like check all the small print, that kind of stuff. So let's see who have guessed. Only Knitting Yogi guessed. Anybody else wants to guess? I need to show you how Tiger is. Did I post it? I didn't post it on the social media. I should. Like, he's trying to find a job because I didn't walk him very much here during the winter because it was so icy and I was afraid of falling or something. So he found himself a new job, and this new job was like to guard and bark at anything. I don't know who sent me on our private moderator group thing. The dog that is monitoring everything, a mailman, the people walking around, that's Tiger. Cats, crows, birds, bugs, oh, they have no freaking chance. So he got himself a job, but among the job, like where he has a really soft spot, are Matrix and Safi. And he kind of like you know, that his herding instinct, he's getting them back to house. So they have a babysitter when they go out. So that's really good. So let's see which sign is next. Did anybody have a Libra, Scorpio, Cancer? Kangaroo, Corn, Vacuum. We have Leo. Did anybody guess Leo? No? Okay, so Leo will go next. Let's put your little fluffy kitty symbol here. And let's put timestamp. And you're ready to go. 6:30. So Leos. We had Aries, we have Leo. The fire signs this time are going forward. So it's going to be interesting. Interesting. Oh, that was you Knitting Yogi, the sketchy plastic bag. It was hilarious. Like, I laughed so hard. It's just like literally like Tiger. He actually pounds with his paws on the freaking glass. So I'm afraid he's going to take this whole freaking massive window down. Wouldn't that be lovely? Just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he's so strong. Like, that's crazy. Leo, Jenny. Leo. Too late, too late, too late, too late. Or maybe you were not too late. Did Jenny react to the guys in time? Or she reacted after I said Leo? You make a decision. Should I give her one card or no? Come on, guys. So, Leo. Ten of Swords. King of Wands. Page of Cups. ¿Qué pasa, Leo? This is never good, but look at that. In this particular deck, she is not dead, but she is heavily wounded. And the problem with this card is like, it almost like looks like she's strong enough to move, but she cannot on her own remove all of these swords, all of these issues. She is just like blindsided with somebody doing that to her, right? So this is kind of like what really happened over here. Somebody is there doing something behind your back. Maybe somebody's, this doesn't have to be drastic. It could be just like somebody is leading you down the garden path. Somebody's giving you false promises. You're right on time. Leo for a witness. Okay, Jenny, I'll draw the card for you next. Thanks for calling me on it. So, this could be connected. This could be that somebody is feeding you with some BS. Somebody is giving you excuses. Are you going to swallow them? That's the big question over here, right? I truly don't know what to say. This is positive. You are like moving forward with it. Are you flirting with the same person? It doesn't look like the King of Wands is somebody who holds a prominent place in your life. It could be you. You might be this King of Wands. You might feel at odds. This could be you feeling that you are wounded. And now, almost like Queen and King. It's really kind of like weird, the messages I'm getting on this one. Anybody here, guys, have intuitive things that are happening here as well? Because this really talks about you needing a lightness, you needing confrontation, you needing, like, you're jumping into spring. This could be a completely different person, or it could be just simply a change of attitude that is really, really happening here. So, I would say, Leo, that the general message is beware, beware, and beware. Somebody is cooking something, somebody is giving you a fast one. There are like issues galore, if you wish, and that kind of like really, really needs to be addressed. Page of Cups, on the other hand, means that you need to seek small things. You know, don't sweat the small stuff, but at the same time, try to find small things that make you happy. Is that a piece of cake? Is that a massage? Is that, like, I mean, doing your nails? Like, you just need to find something small that starts taking you out, because this is darkness. But what is a good thing about Ten of Swords? That, you know what, you hit the rock bottom. And the good news about that, you're going up. Like, at this stage, is going to go up. This is not going to be easy for you. It's something is affecting your Leo's pride. That is very clear. But maybe somebody new entering your life is going to remedy this. This is kind of like how I see it. And I think that's kind of a good way to really look at it. So Jenny. Let's take the thoughts that I got for our questions and I got for these answers, so you know. And I'm not going to get this card either for this, because this is really thought is really intense deck, I really have to tell you. All right, Jenny Richardson, who has Leo for a witness. What is the message for her? You're getting the Hierophant. You're telling, you're being told, it's really interesting. This is like Taurus principle. What sign are you? It's also morality. It is basically telling you that something in your life, this could be marriage, it could be something else, but other than financial things, something has to be exalted, something has to be placed in the right place. Hierophant sometimes means yoga as well. This again talks about balance, and again talks about, you know, different elements that really we need to kind of like do, and kind of like that's what it is. What are they called? Telema Tarot. Yes, Madame. Telema Tarot. That's the deck we are dealing with. So the Hierophant is bringing good news. The Hierophant is somebody who is, quote unquote, giving you benediction, giving you release from the sins and sort of things. So, but it has to be done in the highest moral standards, and that is really important here to understand and to know. Okay, so I am seeing some guesses are already being rendered here. So let's remove Leo. And let's go next. Pisces. We had Aquarius. You were so close, knitting yogi. Really, really close. But we have Pisces. Do we have any Pisces here? Man, I'm not doing well with Pisces recently. It's just like I'm seeing and learning about really negative sides of Pisces, and I'm wondering, why do I need to learn this message at this time? And I'm going to take the one which is next, so you can guys keep guessing. So Scorpio, Libra. Okay. Let me see if anybody else, because I know it's a delay. Oh my gosh, Telma. There you go, Telema. This is Telema, but close enough, right? So I guess you'll be getting messages, Barbie. So what we have, Pisces, we have 7 of Cups, we have Ace of Pentacles, and we have 9 of Pentacles. Interesting. You want to build something, but you never started building process. So hello, kind of a thing. Seven of Cups. Should I actually zoom this in? Let's see if I did zoom it in the last time, right? So this is Pisces. And let me see, where is the video capture device here? Configure video. Is this going to let me come into control? Zoom. Oh, there it is. Zoom. So you can see these cards better. It really sucks. I need to find a better program. Better program that is, what do you call it? Broadcasting than what I have. And look, why is it so freaking blurry? Is there a reason for this blurriness? I'm not sure. Maybe because I zoomed in so much. Let me just unzoom it. I don't like it. Still better distant and unblurry. I hope you agree with me. I'm trying to get focus. It's actually getting defocused. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. Not much better. Can't tell. Well, anyway, I'm going to, where did it go? It just escaped me now. Let me try it again. And my apologies. And now it doesn't let me configure. It must be flying somewhere around. There it is. So I'll be telling you why it is. Oh, it has a low light compensation as well. That's awesome. Just seeing what can be done. Okay, it's okay, and I'm clicking OK, and it doesn't want to accept it. Oh, I mean, am I correct for grade? We are not until May, aren't we? It's just like not letting anything to happen. So this is totally freaking bizarre. I don't know why. So we are talking about Pisces. So this whole thing, is that Tiger? Oh my gosh. Did they leave Tiger outside? Just give me a second. Poor thing. Tiger! So Pisces, Tiger was outside, and as I was coming back here, it occurred to me, what is the problem with you? The problem is focus. This going left and going right, which is showing here, Seven of Cups. What do I do now? What do I want now? Well, actually, I don't know what I want. And you get one, and then I really wanted this one. You know these kind of people when they come in the store? Have you ever worked retail, or have you ever been a waitress when people cannot make their mind, like you want to strangle them? On the third one, kind of like a thing. How about 7 times, right? So it's kind of weird. I think Pisces are not even aware that they're doing that. They're not even kind of like thinking about this direction, because in their minds they need to pick properly. So this is to me talking about controlling issues. This is to me that somebody is very controlling in a situation. Somebody is really saying that I'm doing this for, I don't know, for the higher reasons, let's put it this way. They have this ultimate vision, kind of like how to, like what is the end goal, but how to get there, they have no freaking clue, and it looks like there's lots of mess around in the process, right? Because Ace of Pentacles is to me the key card. It's the reverse card, it's the middle card. The gate is opened, but it's going nowhere when it is reversed, right? So you cannot go from 1 to 9 because you're taking simply the wrong checkout and you are being directed completely somewhere else. It's something that needs reshifting, something that needs rethinking. But how much will you be able to do that is kind of like really interesting. And it is like something about business. You're all about money. You're all about process. You're all about how to do it. So it is very, very important to kind of like reassess. So sorry, Pisces, this is not the best advice, but it is advice that's choosing and not being sure what you want and how do you want to go about it is kind of like really, really prominent over there, right? So that's kind of like what happens. So Justin, hello Justin, we have another guy. Look at this competition for Chris. Justin, what is your sign? So he guessed Libra. So who else is guessing? Who else is guessing? You need to ask a Virgo. That's it, bravo. Like Pisces, you need to ask Virgo or somebody who has a very strong Mercury in Virgo for help, because these people are able to resolve communication issues, are able to kind of like redirect you and able to coach you, and they're very, very important. So guys, your guesses, I'm removing this sign. And poor Tiger, he was outside for 40 minutes and he actually didn't complain. This is the longest because he actually doesn't do stuff like that. That's his thing. So let's see here, Pisces, I'm removing you. And the next one, let's see, are there guesses? We have a Cancer, we have Virgo, we have Libra, we have Capricorn, and we actually got Gemini. So there is another round, no winner. Guys, don't give up. These initial rounds are really hard. I'm going to put a new one out here. So Gemini, so you are bringing that. I've noticed lots of Mercury energy, lots of Mercury messages that we are getting. So there is a reason for it. So let's see how that will continue for the other signs. Let me just put us down here. So Gemini, Barbie, Libra, close. Barbie, you have any news from your lawyers? We're going to see when we get to Libra. So Justin looks like he's Libra. Let's see. Ooh, Barbie. Ace of Wands. This is for Gemini. And Nine of Wands. Oh my gosh, Geminis are being true to themselves. They want everything and they don't want to work for it. So there's like something from the past reappearing in your life. Something that you really, really fought for a long, long time. So Nine of Wands is this. Look, I mean, things already got the spider webs and stuff, and ivies are like, I mean, growing all over it, and he still did not come to his conclusion. Isn't this like Freemasons? Or can you see the sign behind it? You can guys Google Thelema, Nine of Wands. It kind of like does look like it. So it really talks about some work that needs to be done of a sort. Some kind of like foundations, and also what I'm really noticing here, which is really interesting, I'm seeing this almost like a building. Clearly we see the archway, but then this is kind of like fading away, and we do see like this big moon or some kind of like planet in behind here. So that's really important. Oh my gosh, Justin, we didn't have Africa ever here. Welcome, so good to hear. Like, what time is it there now? So it's about 5, I would guess, or 6 p.m. or maybe like 5:30, 6:30 p.m. So welcome. Hopefully you can come and join us. You just need to follow, and every 2 weeks we meet here. So let's go back to you, Gemini. Ace of Wands means there's like some vigor in your actions. You now are getting busy. There is like an issue. You need to create lots of things, and you need to, they're like old wounds that are coming to play. There are certain things that are resurfacing of a sort. But almost looks to me that you are actually, look at it, there is 11 coming through. So there is like some kind of healing. Did you have issues with relationships? Did you have issues with your friends? Did you feel really wounded, or were you literally wounded, like not emotionally but physically? Because there is like some kind of like resolution coming through for you, and I'm hearing ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching here for you. It's really interesting because it's kind of like vague in both of these cards, but that's the Lima for you. It's always telling you, it's always teasing you in its deck, and it's basically triptych, like I mean they're like 3 different ones as a part of the card series. So as much as like this is kind of like fading away, it talks to me possibly about some kind of construct that we have. Oh my gosh, the sun might come through. I'm just seeing it's getting brighter. Where in this card, like we almost like see a stardust around it here, right? So I think you are getting your wish of some sort, but that wish stems back from something in the past, and I don't know why, but it's almost like is reminding me of the origin of the world. And by the way, I saw the movie Origin of the World, L'Origine de le Monde. It's translated Dear Mother in English. It's bizarre. You're going to either hate it or love it. It's French and has like typical French humor, and it's absurd, it's bizarre, it's having a metaphysical. I literally didn't I like bizarre movies. I like this abstract. If you like Camus in high school, then you might like this, because I read the comments. I haven't laughed as much as in this movie in a long time. And honestly, if you are not in sync with this movie, you'll be horrified. You will be thinking, what the hell is Kat talking about? But if you're able to go with the flow and not to think how things should be, it might be hilarious. So something like that I'm seeing here. If you saw the movie, then you know what I'm talking about here. I'm not going to give any spoilers over here, but this talks to me that there's like something that needs opening, if you wish, and has been going through lots of barriers and it's finally coming through. So it's very important here to do. So next court date, April 28. Oh my gosh, Barbie, are we going to be meeting before? We are going to meet on the 23rd, so hopefully. And we have Easter, right, this weekend. So guys, what are you doing for Easter? And we need your guesses here. Oh, you're German, been making pancakes for 50 years. Wow. So 6 eggs. Oh my gosh, I'm getting recipes here. We are like really in a domesticated mood today. Awesome. Jenny, Justin, 17:45. So you're 5 hours ahead from me. So you're probably 6 hours away from Eastern Standard Time. So that's where it is. So any guesses, guys? We have the next one. Who is guessing? Who is guessing for their own 1 card reading? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ta da 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 da. What is? What it is? Look at Tiger just dead. He was running around for 40 minutes. I should do it more often. So nobody, no takers, no takers. I'm going to go. I'll go. I'll remove this and wait for you to put in what you are hoping for. Denmark. Oh, Jasper! Look at that! I'm so glad that these people, I mean, when we finish, we see that it was 100 or 200 people on this live, but only a few people talk, so I'm so glad to hear from the people who are just sitting in the background. So, hello, Jasper, good to hear from you. Tell us also your sign. So we have Scorpio, we have Aquarius, we have Virgo, we have Saggy, we have Cancer, and the reveal is Scorpio. Hello, Barbie. Hello. Nice to see you here, Jasper. Okay, I'm going to put the next one. You guys can keep looking. So I'm going to do the, before forgetting, I usually forget the sign, so let's do Barbie first. Barbie, why did you win right now? What is the message? Oh, look at that. Jasper, is that male or female? I cannot figure it out. For some reason, I'm thinking male. Justin, what sign are you? Because we have Chris, who is Capricorn here, and you're getting 6 of Swords. Oh my gosh, Barbie, these are some good news. It's called Science over here, and it's really interesting because in the regular deck, look at it, we have a Mercury over here showing up, and it's a bloody mess if you see all the connections and everything is interconnected. We have little propellers all over the place over here. So 6 of Swords to me In the regular deck, it shows this couple, it shows a mother and a child traversing in that little boat, right? They're leaving bad situation. They actually don't know if the other situation is going to be better, but they are certainly hopeful. They're willing to kind of give it a try. So to me, six are about winnings as well. So it might be something that you can escape, run away. Maybe that's your present situation. But this is really telling you there is a movement. There's like something, there's like somebody who is saving you. And you still don't know where you're going to land, but you are really going in that direction. So that is very, very important. Justin is Libra. Oh, that's right. You did have a Libra. And Jasper, how about you? So Scorpio, let's put your stamp over here. Scorpio. Put your little stinger over here. Scorpio. So, Scorpio. Let's see, Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Ooh, we have Seven of Swords. We have Death. And we have King of Pentacles. I never like to see Seven of Swords. That's proverbial Moon in Aquarius, kind of like a card. But this one is clearly a thief of a sort. Somebody who is kind of like turning around to see who is following his steps, but he's just about to kind of like make his escape under the guise of the night, if you wish. But there are like things that are left behind. So why is he stealing this? It's somebody who is, I honestly see this not being successful, but this could be even you, Scorpio, that you're taking something that is not yours, but you're taking something thinking it is yours. And that's kind of like what is like confusion. We have this black and white motive here. We have this like light and day motive here. So there is like a repetition of a sword. I need to say that I think that you are involving yourself with something that you shouldn't be, because you are basically the master of dark forces. You are the sign that can dwell in the darkest corner of the soul of the universe. And to get along with Scorpio, and it's to me not only Scorpio who is born under sign of Scorpio, but anybody who has major planets in Scorpio, anybody who has ascendant in Scorpio, to me is a Scorpio, because it's such overpowering sign. It overpowers you, who you are. So these messages are coming to all of you for a reason. So there is like some kind of like deal that you're making with the devil, I would say, and you need to be very careful, because you seems like that you start realizing your powers and that you're testing it more and more and more. You know, where I lived in Toronto, there were like two cats. There were those two Sphinx cats, and they always wore their little sweaters. But the woman who owned them always let them roam around. And they're smart cats. And they were trying to outsmart freaking cars. They would jump on the street to stop the car. And that was like this little daredevil game that I see over here. Like, see this, right? One actually lied down and was rolling all over. So I actually stopped the car, luckily, and I seen the kitty and came out and petted the kitty. Then it was never enough. Then I said to this woman, look, you know, this one day, and like my dad had a cat like that, and it just ended up dead, just like that, right? And not everybody has the same appreciation of animals and surroundings and everything else. So she didn't really appreciate my comment, and the cats continued to roam. But this is really telling me there is like this kind of like daredevil. What can I get away with? That kind of like to me shows. But there's also something that maybe it's a gamble. Maybe it's some kind of game. Are you guys playing poker? I don't know, for some reason that is coming through. but you're going to make some financial progress. You're going to make lots of money. Maybe it's your business. You have to check if you're doing everything, that your all I's are dotted and T's crossed. Very, very important, because these kind of situations that are kind of like right now, you're slipping through. You, like, whatever it is, like the eye of the needle, you're getting through. But it might not work like that all the time. So keep that in mind, guys, okay? So that's going to be interesting here. Okay, so where are we? Kylie's mini series. Which one is the mirror series? What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. That was really good. I actually liked it. So let's see who is next, guys. Guys. Who is guessing? Who is guessing? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4 signs so far. 2 more, and then we have the first round of doors. So doors are for everybody to ask their own question, even if you haven't gotten your personal one. So let's see. Actually, I start watching the Star Trek, The Next Generation. I don't know where to find Picard. I tried to find it and I didn't find it, but I don't know if it's a Prime. It's not on Netflix. It's just like, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. Jasper, oh my gosh, we did have Pisces. That's right, and I didn't put a timestamp, so this is a question mark. So actually we did have a 5. So this one is the last one before the break, and this one here will be after the break. So let's see. Aquarius, Virgo. Jasper, you need to give another shot because we already had Pisces. So we clearly are not going to win on that one. So let's see. Anybody else? Sagittarius? Nothing else is coming through. So, and we have Taurus. So Taurus is closing the part numero uno. So let me put your pre-icon here. It's interesting how they are coming through. So Taurus is the opposite of Scorpio. It's almost like that the cards are telling the story, and I'm just really getting fine-tuned to that. I really have to say there's something happening here, that the message is much bigger than just individual parts. So we are getting something. Hello, Kathy. Nice to hear you. Nice to see you here. Jasper, Libra, not yet. I know lots of people here are waiting for Libra. Libra is my ascendant. So the Hermit, Taurus, 3 of Cups, and Judgment. Oh my God, you are getting 2 majors over here, guys. And whenever you see majors in a mini read, that's very important, right? And there are only 22 major cards, and look at how many more cards I have here, and you got 2 already. This is all very good. I mean, the Hermit represents God, and the Judgment represents us people in the final stage before God. Whether or not you're believing in God, it doesn't matter. It's metaphorical, metaphysical. It really talks about cleanse. It talks about cleaning. It talks about doing the right thing, right? So this is like, I mean, lone state, solo state, state with the friends, with the dear friends, people who you trust, and then a state of that you're going to be judged as per your actions, both internal and external. The Hermit always talks about you need to do the right thing, even if you're completely alone, right? And that's what they say, like usually people do the wrong thing when nobody's watching. So are you able to do something in under guise of night? You find $1 million, would you take it? I would. I just admit it. It will be, this is setting me right. I'm going to be just spending in small little amounts. But many people would be way more honest than I am, and they would probably just give it back and get their 10%, if at all, kind of a thing. It always is weird, because usually cops always take their share before they submit the money found. But I don't know, maybe I would return. I'm just kidding here. So what do we have here? We are having morality. There is like a moral issue over here that is really being at play. So Hermit is kind of like in hiding. You know when they say God is all around us? Well, that is the premise of Hermit. And that is really embodied in our beautiful Virgo sign, where, you know, like they are always organizing and setting things right. And we usually see it on a level of they have to check gas freaking 5 times, but they're doing it on a very, very high level because they're also ruled with Mercury, and we are getting this Mercury coming through in this reading very much. So that means it's going to be something that is in motion, that needs to be addressed. Three of Cups to me, it's like proverbial Aquarius card. It really talks about fulfillment through friendships, and friendships are to me it is a really beautiful relationship. Of course, I'm Aquarius, but why? Because people are around you because of you. They're not around you for any other reason than that, because they like you and they think they can learn something from you, and they think they have something to contribute back to you. So it's a very symbiotic relationship, but also very independent. So it's not kind of like you're not glued at a hip. And Judgment is positive. It's in the upright situation over here. So Taurus, there is a release of some sort. You're like ahead of the game, if you wish. There's like something that you're doing right, and like even if you're not rewarded right now at this space, this is noted, and you're going to be beneficiary of something in the future because of this kind of like really, really good reaction. Hi Usha, how are you? Well, we have the doors next. You can ask this question and it's going to come into the answer soon. So let's do this. I'm going to shuffle now. So guys, you know the process. You ask a question in your own head. I'm going to have a door number 1, door number 2, and door number 3 that I'm going to draw out. And you need to kind of like try to imagine which door would be the best suited energy-wise for your question, and then you simply kind of like draw that out, and we are going to see what the answer starts. It was really interesting. It was like 10101 timestamp for it. So let me shuffle. So focus, guys. Focus on your question. While I'm taking you to focus on your question, and now imagine 3 different spots for the cards and see if it's going to be left, center, or right. Left, center, or right. Okay, I'm going to start drawing cards. So this one is for the left. I have one. This one is for the center, and this one is for the right. Okay, let's do reveal over here. If you guys want clarification for your own, I read that for you, right? So there we go. So if you ask for this to be the answer to you, this is saying yes. It's also saying that you actually don't believe yourself that this is doable, that this is possible. It's going to be a combination of some stuff. It's going to be contrary to anything else that has been conceived. And the answer is not exactly black and white. It has to be created some kind of like fusion of solutions. It almost looks like there are 2 people on the opposite sides, and it's one person wants this, another person wants that, but something third needs to be created, and that's going to be satisfactory to both parties, and that's really important here to know. The door number 2 is the Star. We are getting majors. And also, like, this is a big decision, just to let you know, and so is this one. And this is like resounding yes, absolutely. You need to be hopeful. You need to go in this direction. That is happening. It's also happening after, it looks like you're fighting for it for quite a while. And now it's giving you this nourishment and promise, and you're going to see it. And the number 3, you, delusion, cups. what do we want? How do we want to go about that, right? So this is not yes and this is not no. This is literally sitting on the fence. It's almost like when you go to circus or exhibitions, as we call them these days, right? And you have like that truck with gun, and just like you're trying to shoot it down, and the gun is always set to go left or right, so you have to try it a few times, and then you would be equally better off buying an animal. So this is kind of like what this is. What are you aiming at, and what do you want? So since Barbie, you did put your question, so the answer to you is like you literally need to sit and meditate and think about it, and think about, imagine the solution that you want, not zillions, one. And that way you kind of like shave down this like diffusion to one thing that you want, and you're creating that energetic space. And that is very, very important. What, the sound is off here? Sound, no sound. Lorna, can you hear me? Center card for job, Usha, that's going to happen. Something is going to be really coming your way, something really hopeful. So that is kind of like important to note. Let me see if the microphone, it does work on my end. So Lorna, you need to check it yourself. So there we go. So we are going in the second part, guys. Now you need to kind of like guess which one is this. Okay, Barbie, good, good, good. So let's see which sign is this, guys. So anybody who guesses gets one card reading. So throw in your hat, see what you think this could be. Behind the second half. Oh, you're responding to Usha. Okay. I picked number 2, is my new friend telling the truth. The star is really interesting. It reveals everything, but the answer is yes. I would say yes. So we have Libra, we have Aquarius, Sagittarius, Virgo. Anybody else? Come on, guys. Is any guy there to pick up Sagittarius? And we have we have Jasper. Jasper, you won. Sagittarius is next. So Jasper, you get your draw first. Let's see. You didn't tell me, is this a male or female name? Because it sounds like unisex to me. Maybe I'm completely off. And then Yogi pick number 2 and ask about continuing school for master's degree. Absolutely. And it's done with that higher purpose for you as well. So it's really important. So Usha, we already did Leo. So Barbie sometimes posts like all the signs that we had. Maybe you can post Barbie the summary. So this is what is coming for you, Jasper. Contentment, cups, 10 of cups. There's like something, a period in your life that is going to address wellness, that you're going to start feeling really well and really nourished and really energized and really going in a really good direction. So I would say you need to really enjoy it, because this is something that we earn. It's something that we earn by goodness toward others, by giving ourselves freely, by being good listener, by not being know-it-all, by kind of like nourishing our family and being a good son, good father, good wife, good sister, brother, whatever it is over here. So it's called contentment. And like, to me, contentment is the highest level of happiness that we can have. So this is something really, really good coming your way. So it's absolutely freaking great. Kylie, did you guess as well? Where's Kylie? Sagittarius? Kylie, guess Sagittarius? Okay. Kylie, thanks. Thanks. Nothing is passing by here. Like, that's why I have you here. Oh my gosh, don't miss it. Kylie, and she's Sagittarius herself. So this 2 wanted to come through for you. You're having 2 8s. There is like something that is something very calming, honey, for you happening. You're having 8 of Pentacles and you're having 8 of Swords. So this one is called Prudence in this deck, and this one is called Interference. But to me, what is really standing up is that connectivity, is something happening. There's like this big stem coming through, and there are 2 big stems. So almost like there are 3 things going on in your life. that you think are the foundations that you really need to address. So this is really talking about what we spoke on the interaction yesterday and today on our mod chat line, and it's really talking about you really needing to take care of the little details and put them in purpose. This is like about the nourishment, if you wish. So, or this also could mean that there's like something coming in the way of this, but I think there's a better bigger message here. There is like some kind of like shake up or shakedown that is really happening. So Eight of Swords always talks about our own inability to progress, and that inability happens because of fear, not because of any other reason, where we actually don't question things anymore. So you need to, and yet 8 is connecting to Leo, it's connecting to strength, it's connecting to infinity, right? So that is kind of like where I see this kind of like really strongly coming through, because if you add them together it comes to Tower, which means there's like some kind of like a building that has to take place. So if you're feeling a little crappy, like, sorry to be that bold and blunt, because this card can indicate this, just go back into that different gear and just do the small things, and the small things are taking you out of that, I don't know, possibly funk, I would say. Something happened, or maybe you're dealing with somebody who is, let's say, married, you're dealing with somebody who is otherwise engaged, who is never having a time, or you're feeling relegated to the sidelines. Maybe that's kind of overall feeling. Again, rebuild yourself, give the nourishment to yourself. Very important. So that's important to know. Okay, so this is now, is it Sagittarius? I think that's Sagittarius. Going next. And then it's going to be for the one. Oh, I got two after, just take one. So let me put, Veggies, your little thingy here. Sagittarius. And your stamp. 11111 is your stamp. How is that for Sagittarius? So Kyle, you get Sagittarius that you guessed, and Sagittarius. Jasper is a male name, just like Jasper, Casper. That's so adorable. So that's what I thought. It kind of like, it was my intuition. So let's see. And I hope it sent a message. So it's going to be something really good happening your way. Oh my gosh, what's happening with, well, there looks some messages coming through. I'm telling you, it's 111 that I see on my clock, and Sagittarius is 11111. Something is really happening. So this reading, I think it will be sending messages to all of us. So Sagittarius, no pressure. Look, it's like now, look, I have to really watch what I say. So we have Ace of Swords, Karma card. We have 9 of Swords, Cruelty. Don't you see this pattern, 1 and 9, coming through this time around? Very important. And we have the Hermit reversed. So, Sagittarians, you need to cut through the weeds. Which fairy tale this is? Oh, Sleeping Beauty. This is kind of what you're talking about here. This is the card that has to talk about is cutting weeds. There's like something in the end of the tunnel here, but it is the tunnel that you're getting a message about, the tunnel. And it's kind of hard. This Hermit's lamp here dropped and he doesn't feel like it. We see the sperm coming here through. We see the birth. We see formation of different things here. So we have 2 9s. So you want to bring something to finality. You want to bring something to some kind of like natural ending, but it's hard. And the reason for that is like you're skipping steps. You're skipping things that you should be involved in and that you should know. Ace of Swords is a very strong card. It so much overpowers the others, but you also have this major arcana, which is blocking, especially because it's reversed. So this is really telling me that it's going to be a phase in your life where you'll be fighting against unknown. And so this is a Mars energy. Can you hear, like, I mean, like, how dare a bird land on a tree or something like that? Oh, this is the neighbor opening her gate. So this is like kind of like where I see things going. So if you're feeling you're going through fog, don't fret, because it's just like really meant to do it that way. Usually destiny puts us in this kind of like, I call it suspension boxes. And I'm seeing, you know, like this metal box that kind of like they put you down as a diver to see sharks, and the sharks are attacking and hitting it, and they cannot get to you, and still feels very scary. That's what I'm feeling. That, and you guys are also very adventurous, that you are subjecting yourself to something harsh. You literally need to cut through. You want to, you kind of like want to kill the dragon over here, but you don't have the tools, and you don't have how to right now. So that's why it gets very tricky. But you do have the gusto. You have a kind of like this zest for it. So it's just like it's going to be a little bit turbulence on the road. I really have to tell you that here. So that's going to be really important. Hello, Ecad. Good to hear from you. Oh, you have a Sag rising. Oh, you're twin. There we go. Very important. How is it numerology? I'm 11 in numerology, so 11s are always to me a sign. Whenever I see that, this is a sign. So, who is next, guys? Start guessing, and there is like another one for after, but we are guessing just for this one right now. And how many more are we are still guessing? We are still guessing. So let's remove Sagittarius. Let's go back. You guys try to guess. Next, Aquarius, Virgo. See, guys, please don't forget to like and to subscribe so you get notifications. That helps. So Aquarius. Do we have anything else? So we have Cancer. Nobody even did anybody guess Cancer all day long? I don't think so. So let's go with Cancer first. So let me put a stamp for you. Cancer. Let's see, my dear Cancer. Let's start and see what is in for you. Cancer. We have Ace of Swords. This one was really interesting because it was spinning, and it's something that looks like it's going, and it's going to kind of like turn on its head. And then we have a Nine of Swords. And this one wants to come. And then you have Knight of Swords. You will be so much a crab out of water, my dear Cancer, this entire period. This is talking about thinking that you have a solution, and then people will just poo-poo your project, poo-poo your ideas, and you'll end up in some kind of like space wondering what the heck is happening. Look at it, they're all swords. This is absolutely not your element. So you will feel anxiety, you will feel depression, you will have a whole bunch of very, very strange emotions. You'll have nightmares, you'll have sleepless nights. And sorry to say, it's good to prepare. So it's good to have as balanced diet as possible in order to get through this really, really bumpy road. But Knight of Swords finally means you're pulling it together. You're saying, you know what, I'm buckling up and I'm going to step on the gas because I'm in this ditch, I'm in the mud, my wheels are spinning. So you're finding some kind of solution. You're going through all of that because you guys, crabs, like if you think about it, you go under the rock and you can, and just like these big eyes are going up and down, and you're able to see things in the dark as well, and that's because of your intuition and abilities to kind of like predict things. So the Knight of Swords are going to be just simply and dry. You're setting a goal, saying a goal, saying it, and running toward it. You might not have the entire plan laid out, but it's going to be enough to get you out of this ditch, to kind of like start breathing again, to start being noticed. So it could be the same idea. It could be simply something at work that you're presenting and it's being rejected, and you spend so much time on it that it feels really bad. But then you're going back and repackaging this stuff and reintroducing it, and in that stage it works. So it's going to be a temporary setback, that's for sure, but you are kind of like finding a way to get out of it. So this is simply telling you, do not give up, do not despair. It's just going to be a little bit of weird situation, but then you will start moving forward, and that's kind of how it's going to go. So let's go next, guys. Feel free to guess while I am removing Cancer here. Let's see which sign is next. Going to shuffle in the meantime. Let's do this. No guesses, or it's still delayed for you? I'm not so sure. It's one of those two things. So I'm going to start opening. I'm still not hearing any guesses. Oh, I'm getting it now. Aqua. We are getting Aquarius, Capricorn, Aqua, Capricorn. Aqua. Oh, Aqua is very popular here. Oh, Jasper. Oh my gosh, Jasper, you're on a freaking go today. So Capricorn is going, but we are going to get Jasper another message, and it's already out. And you're getting a Prince of Cups. And Prince of Cups is, I don't know, like, I mean, are you a water sign? You did say which sign you are. I think you're Capricorn, you're not a water sign. So this really talks about possible relationship, and talks about, so that kind of goes back to the Ten of Cups that we had for you previously. So you need to enjoy. I don't know if you have a mate. If you do have a mate, literally go and spend time. This is kind of like literally showing, feeling flying on the wings, and things are really working. Or if you don't have a mate, go and find one. Literally, it's going to be the time that you'll be meeting people who are absolutely right for you. This is also a listener. So listener kind of like archetypes. So it's really good to lead with just like smiling silently and listening to the other party. That is going to push you forward in multiple ways. From the other person feeling heard and cherished, to you understanding how much actually you can learn from the other person just by observing and not needing to talk all the time. I like to talk, as you can tell, but I also like, when I used to date, go on a date and enjoy the partner who talks all the freaking time. It was absolutely lovely. Barbie beginner's luck. So this is the next one. So we are talking Capricorn, and let's put your little thingy over here. That's right, it's beginner's luck, because people here, we are guessing and guessing, and sometimes we have this weird luck, but sometimes we just are always continuously off. So let's see what we get. Or intuitive, that's right. Okay, so you're like literally in the period that you can do no wrong, Jasper, so just enjoy it. You know that we have Jasper here in Canada, so it's the whole city named after you. So Capricorn, you have Judgment, then you have Four of Swords reversed, and then you have a Two of Swords reversed, which is really interesting. Water and metal, water and air kind of like mixing, which means there is like no consensus. There are like some different kind of like streams of energy happening at the same time. So Judgment is all about release. Judgment is all about checking ourselves, emotional intelligence, if you wish. Am I doing the right thing? Not waiting for the others to tell you this and that, and then you always have to question, are they doing that for a reason that is a selfish reason? Are they really kind of like telling me, because critique is good, because critique is always meant for you to improve if it's said properly, right? Otherwise, if people just don't care about you, they would say nothing and just simply walk away. So there's like something here that is happening in terms of possible commitment. There's something has to happen from what I see. But I also see there are like some issues that there's like going to be an event that is going to be so important and so overwhelming, and it's going to feel emotional, right? Versus swords are words, and words can hurt, words can bring us happiness, but these are two reversed swords, right? And neither of them are drastic when they're reversed from these two cards. The Four of Swords simply talks about lack of contemplation, and Two of Swords reversed talks about inability to truly focus how to find a solution. So together they make six, right? And Six of Swords is like, I mean, transferring yourself into a different mode, into kind of going to a different paradigm, right? And that's what we are happening, because whenever we meet Judgment, which is a karma card, we need to go in a different space. We need to be better. We need to aim to be better, because if we don't kind of like aim to always better ourselves, we are just wasting our time as humans. So Capricorn, it's going to be some kind of like self reassessment of a sort. You might feel a little bit stuck. You might feel, especially if people want to communicate with you, you will feel that you are like a little bit at a loss of words. You will feel that you are maybe not finding yourself properly handling the situation, but don't worry, because you are simply going into this new next path. When earth sign gets an air message, as you are getting, right? So when you go below your sign, that's easy to handle, because you have already mastered that one in your past lives, right? Probably very recent past life. But when you're getting higher than you, then this is kind of like you're getting in a thinner air. And it gets a little bit more difficult, right? Because earth, when it goes in the fire first, it can be scorched earth kind of like situation. When it goes in the air, air can bring winds and bend down and create disasters if you don't adjust to it properly. So just kind of like proceed with caution. That's what I would say. Well, Kylie, thank you very much for joining us. It was lovely. Go and get sleep, and happy Easter to all. And we are going to be talking soon. So, okay, let's go, guys. Next. Which one is next? We have like a few more guesses, I believe. So after this one, it's only one more time that we will guess, and then that's it. We are done. Actually, I think it might be even that this is the last one, because I think one inside is still Aries. So we are going down to, it's honor having a city with my name. My twin is in Canada. Oh my God, that's lovely. Okay, so what it is, like we have Aquarius, we have Libra, we have Virgo. So this is what we have. So this is actually the last guess, because one of these inside is Aries. So Aquarius, Virgo. Let's see. Okay, we are still in a game. Aries was red already. So this one is Virgo. So who guessed Virgo? Barbie. Barbie guessed Virgo. So Barbie, let's see more messages for you. So you got the Emperor, and you got cruelty. Wasn't that in the reading of Libra? So cutting those weeds, being aggressive, but you are getting control of everything. You are winning. Like, this is really good. You're putting your foot down, and look at this. This is transformation that is really happening over here. But it's going to hurt to get there. It's going to be a little bit wound to get there. So keep this in mind. So it's going to be ouch, but then it's going to come relief after that. So that's going to be really important. Yes, we did Aries first, but I didn't know where is it in a deck, so that's why I just passed it over. So what is the next one? Oh, we're doing Virgo. So let me put the timestamps. Virgo. Okay, so let's go, Virgo. Virgo. We have the Chariot, we have Knight of Pentacles, and we have Seven of Swords. Whew. Man, this is hard to interpret, I will have to say, because all of them are sending me in completely different directions. So the Knights connect with Chariot, so it could be the same situation. Guys, just make sure, I'm going to tell you to lock your doors, close your windows. Somebody might be literally stealing from you, and that somebody might be somebody you know well, a friend, kind of a thing. Or you're going to lose something that is really important to you, or just like run into some kind of like word jousting with somebody, and it's not going to really end well. So the Chariot is like about decision. It's about kind of like getting a sense of where your life has to go. Chariot is about these two horses, and each of them actually want to pull in their own direction. They're very spiritual horses. They're guided by their own intuition, right? So if the card is properly rendered, they're like, no, what the heck you call this thing? You are like guiding the horses with. So this is simply also everybody's operating with the third eye. You can see a third eye, and third eye. The Chariot is also a very single card, and it's not at this stage even focused on dating. So if that's the case, that's kind of like not a good idea. But then there's like this respite over here. There's like this peace when these warriors are finding kind of like the time where they need to sleep and they need to rest and they need to replenish. And this is really fast moving, and this one is in fact slower moving. So there is like a different speed happening. So you're kind of like letting your guard down, and somebody and something is just like taking things away. So this one really worries me, because like this is good, which could mean like a new beginning, going somewhere, reaching for your goals, and then knowing how to pace yourself. But be careful that you're not setting something up that somebody else takes advantage of, because the Seven of Swords is like one of those sneaky cards that people take credit for things that you do, and that can really cost you dearly. So that I kind of don't like it, right? So yeah, the Seven of Swords is a little bit kind of like unnerving. But there's like this also can actually talk about the very prickly personality that you might need to overcome in your path. So just giving you different options that could be happening there in the process. And sorry to say. So there we have the Virgo. And that was like, which one was that? That was the Virgo. Goes on the side. So who is next? So I have like two left. I'm going to leave this one last, and this one is going to be something else. So let's see. So are you guys guessing? Let's give you a guessing kind of like pad over here. Let's remove this icon and see who is next. We're literally talking down Aquarius or Libra. Air signs coming last. Okay, I'm opening. So there's Libra, and the answer is Aquarius. Sorry, guys. So this was the last one today. So let's do, what was it? Aquarius? I already forgot Aquarius. Knitting Yogi, I think you probably answered before I turn this around. So I'm going to pull a card for you. So let's do that. My ex is the Cancer we talked about. I know. Anika, you too. So Yogi, you're getting wealth. You're getting like you're heading in a new phase. There's like some kind of accomplishment. Something has been done. Look at it. All freaking symbols are already here. Everything is happening. This is also health kind of connection over here, which I know that you are dealing with. There is like a mirror, you can see it. This is like Virgo that is connecting to it. So you have been all along doing the right thing, and you're on the right path. And that's kind of like what is the message over here. Ikat, let's get your card. Ikat. You're getting virtue. You're getting Three of Wands. So this is talking about some kind of goals and setting goals. It's telling me that you're ready to go into unknown to kind of like claim something. So go ahead, seize the day if you wish. This can talk about ships coming home. So what are the ships? It's friendship, relationship, partnership. They're like different formats and different forms in your life that you need to energize, and you really need to go in all directions because you really don't know what is coming back. But this is really talking about you putting an effort to start kind of like creating that whole circle for things to be able to come back to you. So that is very, very important over here to know. Very positive card as well. So hopefully good things will come your way very, very soon. So that's good. Oh, Sun is Capricorn. You're getting Capricorns over here. I thought you said, oh, we are going to remove you, Janiel. So, sorry. I only have one time with my moderators to kind of like create crap here. And I didn't put a stamp, and I didn't put a thing for my dear Aquarius here. So I'm going to put a question mark here. And we are dealing with Libra. Libra, sugar comes last. Sugar comes last, so that will be you. So Libra, let's put everything for our next date here. And remove it from the table. So less distractions for me. And let's check. I better put which I forgot for Aquarians. I'm going to put the Libra here and the timestamp. Yep, timestamp. Okay, Libras. You got one card. It's Four of Swords. It's about gratitude. It's about meditation. It's about slowing down. It is the Ten of Wands reversed. It's the card that is better reversed. So Ten of Wands is like the secrets are no longer secrets. Things are out. You're taking, you're understanding how much you can take and how much you cannot take. So Ten of Wands really upright talks about burdens, and when it's released, it talks about release of the burdens. What is also standing out that we have a minor arcana and major arcana. So minor adds to 14, and this is a 14 card. And this talks about finding a solution, finding something completely new. So something is going to be happening, Libra, that is going to be happening in a really unexpected way. So Barbie, in your case, you're taking my advice. You're sitting and focusing and meditating and sending all these messages and imagining how things will really work out without burden. And yet the solution is going to happen as a result of it, but it's going to be a little bit different than what you expect, because Temperance is always talking about surprise. Temperance talks about issues that are almost like not human. So that's why it's represented with a centaur, like half human, half horse, kind of like a symbol, and it's arching, like it's a big arch, hitting your goals. You're getting there, finally arriving. But this product is like having a brain of the human and having the speed of a horse that is really prominent over here. So it is a positive thing. It's landing on the positive, kind of like don't put too much hardship on yourself, and really focus on what you're doing, guys. Very important. So this balance and the patience and grace is really important in order for you to kind of like get there and to really achieve it. So my gosh, like lots of messages. There are lots of communication messages this time around. So we all need to kind of like stay afloat and stay tuned, that we really listen to them, because it's like so easy to just disregard them and kind of like ignore what really is being, what we are really being told. So guys, keep your both ears open and both eyes open in order for this to happen. And we are finishing this with the doors. So guys, again, ask a question. I'm going to close this here as well, and so we will have the last sets of doors, and I'll be shuffling. I need to put a timestamp on this one before I start. So I'll be shuffling while you are focusing on your question, on what you really want to accomplish and we will go from there. So what, it didn't close it? It did close it here. So let's see what's going to happen. What do we need? Okay, Carol gives us the answer. Give us the answers. Okay, I got the door number 1. I got door number 2. And I got door number 3. So you guys, tell me if you wish, what did you guess? Tell me even what you kind of like imagine to be your question, and I can clarify that for you. So here we are. So the door number 1, we have peace. We have 2 of swords. To me, this is like really about windmills, about fairy tales, about decisions. And these decisions are hard because it's something that's going to be long lasting, and yet what you really want and what you see are 2 different things. So it's kind of hard to make this decision because, you know, like when you're with a boyfriend who cheats all the time, so you're on and off with this boyfriend, and now you want to be with him, and yet you know this is still going to lead to more problems. So this is kind of like one of those cards. So because it's 2, it's neither yes nor no. It's simply warning you, like, beware of your choices. Try to pick a choice that is not solution that is not easy, and it is maybe hard, but it is like better for your own inner peace, and that's kind of like really important to absorb here. So the door number 2 is, we have the Sun reverse. So the answer is yes, but come on, you're asking this question and you already know this is going to happen. You just need to give yourself a little bit more trust over here. And the door number 3 is Queen of Swords, and this is definitely yes. She's removing the mask. So this might not feel well, this might not feel kind of like, yay, I did it, but this could be judgment. This could be kind of like that kind of atmosphere where it's not really a friend who renders your decision, but you feel good because you feel, heck, justice finally prevailed, and I've been going through so much crap and I didn't deserve it, and why was this happening to me, and what this and what that. So that is kind of like very, very important, right, to realize. So I really hope, guys, that you did get your messages. I am so glad to see you all here. It was pleasure as always. So it's going to be 2 weeks before our next date, but don't forget, and that's why I have my mods here who joined even our mod talk group. They're there to tell me you're doing this on the wrong date, or you made an error here. So thank God for all of you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Barbie, who is like really watching and putting the things out. I'm not getting any response over here. Nobody asked for the clarification here. So I don't know that you guys already checked out. And guess what? I'm seeing the sunshine, and that means it's probably really warm outside, and it's supposed to be unseasonably warm. So I can't wait to go outside and stretch a little bit in the sun. So I love you all. Be good, guys, and I will be seeing you. When was the next date? I'm going to write it on the pinned message on the 23rd. I'll see you on the 23rd, and I wish everybody all the best. So guys, take care, and I'll be talking to you soon. Love you. Bye.